Hey there, group. Erik William here, back out at Horror Hotel. And again, another fantastic guest here with me. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Sam.
Thank you.
And I tell you what, folks, it's rare that I get to actually watch the films at these festivals, which I'm very honored to do. And last night we had a feature. And I know you're saying, well, last night. Our last night, whatever. So, but we watched an amazing feature. And Sam, I'm going to turn it over to you to give you the just everything. Tell them if you weren't here, folks. You missed a great one. So for the folks that weren't lucky enough to be here, introduce yourself and tell them what brought you out here to Horror Hotel.
Samuel Haun, the director and producer of Wicked Season. It's our first festival for the film. We had just wrapped product or post, going through distribution, and really the first step in marketing the film and pushing it out for a hopeful November release. So this is just trying to get awareness and, I don't know, to share it and see how people reacted to the film. And it was definitely, you could feel the payoff for the 2 years of work that went into making the film. So
the payoff was absolutely so good. My gosh, I again, from top to bottom, probably one of the best movies I've seen, honestly, of the year, let alone festivals. It felt like just a complete thrill ride from top to bottom. So, I mean, tell us, you said the 2 years, passion project, and I know the script started even, further back than that, years.
Before I even knew about the project.
Right, but to bring this together, if you can, I don't know if you can tell us a little bit about the story and the concepts and everything.
Bit, yeah.
So, without giving too much away, obviously. But, tell us a little bit about it.
Not a conventional horror film. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would very much view it as like a procedural, because there's the whole crime and cop mystery thriller.
Right.
But two detectives are on the hunt for a copycat killer of the original killer who started all this, and he had died 10 years prior. Mm-hmm. So they're going and they meet up with the detective who originally caught that guy, and then leads them to a hospital where he had died at to find his record. And then everything, the world flips and it gets really dark and sinister with demons and supernatural and crazy shit. So.
And that's what it starts off with one. Like I said, it's a thrill ride. It's literally a roller coaster because you start off with this procedural, beautiful set and noir type feel, and then it just goes batshit crazy. And I love it because, like you said, the demons, and I just didn't want to give it too much away, but I'm glad you said it.
I want people to know that.
It is absolutely just amazing work. Tell us about a stellar cast. So let's start there. The casting. How did you bring all these people together?
I call it serendipity on it. I mean, it began with EK because obviously, he was a part of that, and he brought me in, and then it was a lot of the casting process. Obviously, I like to work with auditions, but then, Paul Coker, who plays Detective Miller, I had worked with him on some shorts before, and so I knew I needed him there. And
right.
Then, Mark David Anthony, who plays Frank Lassiter, he's my friend, and it was his first time to act.
Really?
But the way we had shot it over weekends, for 3 months, man, we had actually became, so there's the negative part of that, time's dragging, but we had the weeks in between that he and I could rehearse, we could practice, we would work out kinks in the film.
Yeah.
And I think that's really how we got to making really tight production out of it all.
And again, the feel of it, it was the fact that you did this over weekends, over weeks, and it's just, again, it feels so cohesive and just everything is together. It's absolutely amazing. Now, let's talk a little bit about the location too, if we can.
That's a wild one.
I had a feeling just because it's a beautiful location.
And incredibly haunted.
Yeah, that was my next guess.
I refuse to walk back into the Nazareth. The building for St. Anthony's.
Yeah.
In Mineral Wells, and it's notoriously famous.
Right.
And things would happen, but you have to keep your head straight and you got to get the film done. But there's a story on my Instagram about the cat that came back, and there's this black cat, and I had my own experience on the last day of shooting, enough to make it where I do not want to walk in and ever see this building again.
Wow.
I'm done with it. We are actually offered to do a screening there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love you, but no.
Nope. So, I mean, that was my next question, because the ambiance, I guess, of the location actually was almost like a character itself. And to fit all of the...
Oh, with the building?
Yeah.
Yeah, the structure. We try to make a character out of the building.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And in fact, it actually becomes part of an integral part of the piece. And it's just amazingly well done.
Thank you.
So if you can now, as far as let's talk a little bit about your cinematography. That I mean, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Talk a little bit about how you brought that in and.
Brilliant DP, cinematographer, a guy named Gabriel Lee. Is his first feature as a cinematographer, a film school kid. I call him a kid, but I'm like 45. But a brilliant young mind.
Okay.
And so it was just a treat to work with him. The structure, the organization, the creative eye that he had, and the collaborative. Like I'm a cinematographer too, but directing's my main shtick. So, but I know how to communicate, and he and I had a lot of back and forth where we could work it.
Okay.
And then just really define ourselves and make a really cool movie.
It was absolutely gorgeous. So it's very well done. So
I'm proud of Gabriel.
It was, and rightfully so. I mean, it was. So if you can, I don't want to give too much away, but I know there's a next step. Is there a next step? Will there be a next step?
There is. We're already working on an outline for the sequel.
Okay.
And it's a much like this one's just like the tip of the iceberg because it goes further in. There's like relationships that even with Hughes to the certain painting, there's a tie.
Okay.
And then even with the monster, there's a tie between that to Hughes to that. And we're going to explore that in a much grander scheme. I don't know if I should say it.
Right. Well, as I was
no, but the funny part is, like, I'm actually looking at the structure of Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
So the sequel, I'm really leaning towards an Empire Strikes Back
Type. So where it would go bigger than
go for number 3.
Oh wow.
And it's already there's a map.
Oh, so wow. So there you go, folks. So, where can we find more information about Wicked Season? There's a
Facebook and an Instagram. On Facebook, it's at Wicked Season Film, and on Instagram, it's Wicked_season.
Okay.
I believe there's like a rock band or whatever that has the same name. So
right, yeah.
We're trying to be definitive. Like, give us a love. I mean, I'm sure they'll appreciate it if it happens.
Right, but yeah.
But yeah, give it to us.
And as far as now that this is out, festivals, is this you said this was the first festival?
It's the first festival, and in September we're hearing back, I think, from 7 other ones.
Okay.
To hopefully play out during the October month because we should be releasing in November.
Oh, wow. Oh, cannot wait. So make sure you follow the links and everything there to hopefully catch up with this one. And so before I let you go, how can people find out more about you? Do you have a website, social media, Facebook?
I'm building for Dream Sketch Films, that
Okay.
website, but I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Samuel Haun.
Okay.
And it's just my name, Samuel Haun.
right.
I lucked out on that one. I'm like, I think there's one other Samuel Haun too, and he's an West Coast guitarist. But if you Google it, I own it. He probably hates me for it.
But hey,
The stinking Sam.
he's beat me to it. So, but hey,
Much love, other Samuel Haun.
there you go. Just shouting in case the other one's watching. Hey. Well, I tell you what, I won't keep you any further. Like I said, thank you again so much. Thank you for sharing that here at Horror Hotel. Again, folks, check it out. Wicked Season, absolutely amazing. Check them out. Facebook, Instagram, follow it. Hopefully we can check it out.
And if you get on my Instagram, for real, that video is called "The Cat Came Back." And
yeah, yes.
I have photos of this black cat.
That's
Because it happened multiple days, different times, and there's the story of how me and the cat wrapped up at the end.
I can't wait to watch it, so you can check it out. So we'll get you back out here to Horror Hotel, man. Awesome. Thank you again.
We will be back next year.
Awesome. And I can't wait. And we'll get you back to the show right here on Saturday Fright Theater, River Nights of Fright Night when you're watching a movie.